And this is breaking news coming in from Donald Trump. He says he will sit down with Zelensky and Putin to achieve a ceasefire, trying to renew the push for a ceasefire discussion between Ukraine and Russia. Trump also says he'll know in 2 weeks whether Russia is serious about a ceasefire, adding that the United States will calibrate its approach going forward, given the reaction coming in from Vladimir Putin. And Trump has also clearly expressed frustration over the fact that Putin continues to take military action against Ukraine, even as any push for a ceasefire have broken down in the last few weeks. First, listen in to Donald Trump.
Do you believe the Russians are being disrespectful when they say that your criticisms of Putin are simply an emotional response? And do you still believe that Putin actually wants to end the war?
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we're going to find out very soon. We're going to find out whether or not he's tapping us along or not. And if he is, we'll respond a little bit differently.
And I'm joined by my colleague Akanksha Swaroop on the broadcast over this development coming in from Donald Trump. So, Akanksha, how do you see this statement coming in from the US president? Is this a change in his tune when it comes to Russia's attitude to a ceasefire? Or is this just semantics, trying to talk tough in front of his domestic audience?
I think the semantics are over and done, Ayushman. And when he's saying that in 2 weeks whether Russia is serious about a ceasefire or not, he'll know, and that they're going to find out whether or not Putin is tapping along or not, and if he is, we'll respond a little bit differently. That tone and tenor of him, especially after when he is already made another very significant statement saying that Putin is playing with fire. Remember, Donald Trump has already lost patience. It's all boiling over, especially after the Kremlin continued to attack Kiev over the weekend. We've seen how a mass Russian air attack on Kiev happened, and we've seen that Trump's latest comments have come after that attack that Moscow has conducted on Kiev. And he's gone on to call Putin crazy, and he's also risking new sanctions. That's the warning that's coming out from the United States. And he's also, as far as Truth Social is concerned, Trump has announced that what Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is that if it was not for Trump, a lot of really bad things would have really happened to Russia, and that he means really bad. So that's another warning that he's extended to Russia. He's also reminded Russia that it is because of his good offices that he's even taking the negotiations forward, because had it been for the previous Biden administration, they had already placed sweeping sanctions after Russia's invasion in Ukraine. But Donald Trump has so far avoided. What now he's saying is that there could be devastating sanctions on Russian banks. We'll have to see the next fortnight how that shapes up the Russian future and how Donald Trump wants to take this forward, because that's exactly the statement that's also come out from the White House, where Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, has said that this war is Joe Biden's fault, and President Trump has been very clear he wants to see a negotiated peace deal. Will Trump be able to bring Putin to the talking table? Remember, we're also talking on a day when Zelensky himself has suggested trilateral talks between Putin, Trump, and Zelensky at the table.
Right, and Trump has said that he is willing to sit down with both of them. But at the same time, given the fact that Trump had promised at the beginning of his election campaign that he will solve the Russia-Ukraine conflict, that hasn't happened. Putin remains belligerent when it comes to military action against Ukraine. So where does this new stand coming in from Donald Trump take this entire process forward? Thank you.